here are some of the coolest features in college basketball arenas. Syracuse plays in the Carrier Dome, which is home to both their football and basketball teams. So because of this, their arena's huge, has a big open feel to it. They can pack this place out. They actually have the record for the most attended on-campus basketball game ever. Minnesota has an elevated court like a lot of football stadiums do when they bring in basketball courts. So the media and the benches are going to be below the court. Sometimes you'll see the coaches sitting on a chair up on the court while the players on the bench are down below, but it's a really cool feature. Vanderbilt has team benches on the baselines instead of the sidelines, so it's a little bit of a weird look on TV, not what you're used to seeing. Definitely something visiting teams have to adjust to, but it's a unique feature. Georgia Tech just did a renovation of their arena, and I don't know if this is still true, but I know before they did the renovations, their visitors' locker room, you had to go up a huge ramp, and it was a really long walk, so it was just a major annoyance, a little bit of a home court advantage. The Battle for Atlantis Thanksgiving Week tournament is actually played in a ballroom of a hotel, so that's really cool. Long Beach State's arena is literally a pyramid. It looks sick from the outside, but it looks like it would be even more unique on the inside. You just look up and see the pyramid shape. That'd be really cool. Another arena with a unique design is Rutgers. Their arena is in the shape of a trapezoid. This picture isn't great, but it was the best one I could find that showed the design of the arena. Some people actually call this the trapezoid of doom. Texas Tech has a giant 3D logo in the middle of their video board, so that's just a really sweet look that sets them apart from other jumbotrons. So I've watched a decent amount of Wichita State games, but I've actually never noticed this. Their arena seating is actually in the shape of a circle. Most arenas are in the shape of a rectangle or like a big oval, but theirs is a circle. So I guess if you have a mid-court seat, it wouldn't be as good as you think because it's further back than normal. The roof of Harvard's arena is actually a skylight, so the sun shines through and there's some natural lighting in there. It'd be interesting to watch a day game there and see if it affects the look of the court at all. Butler plays in Hinkle Fieldhouse, which is one of the most iconic venues in all of basketball. It actually kind of looks like an airplane hangar from the outside, but the inside's incredible. A fun fact about this arena is they actually had to flip the court a few years after the arena was built because the sunlight coming in through the windows was a little bit too distracting to players, and they wanted more seating, so the court actually faces a different direction than the original building. Villanova plays some of their home games in the Pavilion, which has a weird looking roof and kind of some odd angles on the inside. Not really sure what the purpose of this is, but it definitely makes for a unique look. New Mexico plays in the Pit, which as the name implies is underground. So unlike most arenas where you're going up, once you get in this one you have to go down, so definitely a different design. This is Yale's basketball arena. Does not look like a basketball arena. You'd expect it to be something like a cathedral or something like that, but you wouldn't expect this to be a basketball arena, so it's a neat look. Pittsburgh's video board has a yellow bridge on top of it to kind of replicate the Three Sisters bridges in Pittsburgh, so a nice tribute to the city. Alright, I would not be much of a college basketball fan if I didn't talk about Assembly Hall in this series, so here we go. This is one of the most iconic and historic venues in all of college basketball. It's an incredible game day atmosphere, and I guess their unique feature that makes them a little bit different is their seating is super steep in there. This is Florida's practice facility. All around the walls of the gym, they have the courts from each of the Final Fours that they've played in. I've actually been in here and seen this one in person, and it's super cool. This one right here, I couldn't find any good pictures of, but this was the best I could get, so I'm sorry. This red line right here is in the visitors' tunnel in Houston's arena, and it represents where the floodwaters were up to during Hurricane Harvey, so just a good way for them to remember the adversity they overcame. Next one is super cool. Someone commented this on the last video, so I checked it out. Kansas has the original rules of basketball written by James Naismith displayed in a building right next to Allen Fieldhouse. This is awesome. Dayton has done some renovations to their arena since this picture up here I have was taken, but it's still the same concept even though it looks a little bit different. Since they're known as the Flyers, their arena is in the shape of airplane wings. The area also has a lot of history with airplanes, so it's a cool tribute to their city. Eastern Kentucky's arena has a gorgeous all wooden roof. It's an old school look. It makes the sound echo throughout the arena, and it just looks great. Wake Forest plays in the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum, which as the name implies, they have tributes to veterans on the outside of the arena. Just a cool way to pay tribute to them. Princeton also uses their arena for track, so they have a track all the way around the basketball court. You can kind of see it right here. It's in between the seating and the court, so I'd imagine it makes the arena feel a lot bigger than it actually is, and it just makes for a cool and unique look. And I got to give a shout out to the Palestra, one of the most iconic venues in college basketball. Great sightlines for fans in any seat, super close to the action, and it's beautiful. The Carrier Classic. This was an incredible setting since it was played on an aircraft carrier and it was outside. Beautiful sights in the background, like nothing I'd ever seen in college basketball before. A really unique game that I'll never forget watching. Duke has a crow's nest in the top of their stadium that's used for TV and radio crews. It used to be like what you see in the top picture here, but they determined that was too dangerous to use, so they did a renovation and now it looks like the picture in the bottom, but it's still really cool. Kansas State's arena is in the shape of an octagon, which is different than most arenas. It's actually referred to as the Octagon of Doom. This picture's a major throwback, but it's a great way to tell the shape of the arena. Roanoke College has a giant window at the end of their court. I can't tell what exactly it looks out to, but you can tell from this picture that's a pretty view. Kentucky has the floor from the Final Four in 2012 when they won the championship as the floor of their locker room. I think this is just sick and a great way to remember your championship season.